Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome everyone to the Maryland Meditation Center. We are an online community for those who are looking for the space and friends to meditate with. This is the space for you. Welcome everyone to our online sessions. We have the Saturday and Sunday session, 7 to 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have been providing this community since the 1st of January of this year. And we are looking forward for at least start of this year for one full year to invite everyone to join meditation and learn something from each other. It's a journey of mental development. It's a journey of wisdom development. So every time you stop by, you will learn something that help you to meditate better, to live life happier. And not only that, you can find more friends who looking for the same thing, which is inner peace of mind. So when you join us, you have a chance to practice meditation and learn something from each other. And my name is Venerable Narongchai. I am here with you live from Thailand. It's early morning here. It's such a beautiful morning with some rain and some foggy outside, and we are approaching the rainy season which is coming up this month. And from this day onward until the end of the year, the weather is going to get nicer and getting better and getting colder. And that's what the monk is looking for, the time like this to spend time more on meditation practice. Okay, so again, welcome everyone. You are at the right place and at the right time. We are going to have a good time. We will spend the first half of the session for the wisdom talk. I will share with you something that will help you to improve your meditation. And at the end, at the second half, we will spend the 30 minutes meditating together. But for Sunday session, we will spend usually the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes for greeting and sharing something, and the rest of the session, about 45 minutes, will be dedicated only for people who love to meditate in a longer session. And that's the Saturday and that's the Sunday structure, which is tomorrow. So feel free to join us either on Saturday or on Sunday on your pace. And for those of you who come and join us later, you can go back and revisit our YouTube channel, so you can relearn what we have learned so far, or you can listen to the meditation guided that I provide, so you can meditate on your own pace. All right? Okay. Hello, Peters, Peters and Macy. We have Becky here, Bimal, Bindu, Brandon, Elsbeth, Ellen. We have two Ellens here. Welcome both of you. Geraldine, we have Johns. Welcome, Johns. We have Leah, Julie, Lisa, Maria, Melanine, Michelle, Nathan. Welcome. Rachel, Raj, Rochelle, Steve, Terry, and Troy. Welcome everyone back for those of you who join us regularly, and same to those who join us for the first time. Whether you are new to meditation or you are a regular participant, this is the space for you. Meditation is a journey of joy, journey of peace. It's not a one-time exercise. If you want to have a good physical health, you need to take your body to the gym regularly so you can maintain the good physical health. Same thing with the mind. If you're looking to have a good quality of mind, you need to make sure that you bring your mind to the gym often. And how can you bring your mind to the gym? Meditation is one way that available. Meditation is one way available for us to exercise our mind. There are many kind of meditation practice available out there. You just gonna have to give yourself a chance and explore those techniques to see which one is work best for you. And when you find the technique that work best for you, you have to give yourself some time to continue practice. Then you see the result. Okay, we need to give ourselves some time to practice those techniques that we select to practice, and then stick with it long enough, then we start seeing the result. Usually people quit meditation because they don't see the result right away. And then they think that, oh, this technique is not for me, or meditation is not for me, it's too difficult for me. In fact, it's not the case. Meditation is usually like this. When you get started, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you may feel like nothing changed. I have nothing changed at all. But all of a sudden, after 3 months, 4 months, your experience jump to the next level. And it stay there for another 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And then you notice that, oh, nothing changed again. And all of a sudden, you jump to the next level. So without knowing, you don't know why, but you know that something had changed. But the thing is, every time you sit and close your eyes, there are some development that we don't know. We cannot notice that. It's maybe a very little thing that had changed in the mind. You have disciplined the mind to come back and stay still. Now you try to have the mind stay still. But every time you try to have the mind stay still, the mind tend to go out and start wandering. So when the mind start wandering, we know that the mind is wandering. The mind usually wandering longer than the time that it stays still. But every time you bring the mind back and have the mind stay still, even 1 or 2 seconds, that's how you discipline your mind. That's how you habituate your mind to come back and stay still. And that is why after a while, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you start noticing that, hey, today my mind stay longer. Today it doesn't take long for the mind to come back to stay still, and you don't know why. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why, because the mind have been habituated to come back and stay still. And the more you habituate your mind, the longer the mind can stay still, and that's how the mind works. And after have been meditating for quite some time, you may realize that, oh, I still think that my meditation don't make progress as I expect. Okay, and that is called doubt. And this happened to all of us, including myself too. Okay, so today I'm going to share with you the 5 characteristics of the good meditator, to see if this can help you to reflect on your own practice, and maybe you can adjust the way you practice meditation. Okay, so start from number 1. Number 1, for every meditator, we need to develop initial faith toward the technique that we use, toward the teaching, toward the teacher that we follow. So without faith, we cannot success in anything, whether in the worldly life, in the business life, in your career. Now we come to something more refined, which is training the mind to be still. So we need to have some faith toward the technique, toward the teacher that you follow. There are many techniques, like I mentioned. From the Buddhist meditation perspective, the Buddha mentioned more than 40 techniques. The question is why he didn't just give one technique so everyone can practice the same thing, just to keep it simple. Well, as a human being, we don't like the same thing. We don't like the same food. We don't like the same music, right? We don't like the same type of exercise, because we are not the same. That is why there are so many techniques available for us to choose. We need to know who we are. We need to know our own characteristic, and then we can select the technique that fits our personality. And that is why there are so many techniques. Your job is you need to explore those techniques and adapt them into your practice. So develop faith first. Okay, so in the past, do you have faith in your technique? Do you have faith in your teacher? If you have less faith, then maybe you can look into that area and develop some faith. Because every time you close your eye, you may come up with all kind of doubt and question. Is this for me? Is this breathing meditation? Am I doing it correctly? Or maybe should I change the technique and here and there? So you just keep on asking yourself and dragging yourself off the center every time you meditate, because you may not know or you may not understand that technique fully. So step back and reflect on the technique that you use. Reflect on the teaching of your own teacher. Then readjust the way you practice meditation, and that's number 1, okay? To develop faith toward the teaching, toward the technique that you use. Number 2 is called maintain good health. Meditation is a long-term journey. As we meditate, we start to sit longer and longer, 1 hour, 2 hours. As a Buddhist monk, we meditate a lot. And when we meditate a lot, after 1 week, after 2 weeks, we run into physical pain because we don't exercise. If we don't exercise and if we don't pay attention of our physical body, this thing will stopping us from going further, from going deeper into our meditation practice. So the technique that I learned is, if you love meditation, you must love exercise. These go together hand in hand, no matter what. Even though meditation is about mind training, but the mind is stay inside the body. If your body is not ready, your body is uncomfortable, every time you sit, you're feeling numb, you're feeling pain, and you don't fix it. You don't pay attention to fix it. And then you complain that, oh, my meditation make no progress. Of course, because the body is in pain, the body is uncomfortable, the body doesn't feel fresh. And when the mind try to be still, the mind try to concentrate. We try to concentrate our mind. The mind cannot stay still because the mind still cling on the body. The mind get distracted by physical pain. And that is why if you love meditation, you should love exercise. Find the exercise that work for you according to your life schedule. If you have time to go to the gym, then you go to the gym. If you don't have time, you can take a walk. 15 minutes, 30 minutes before you come to meditate. Take a shower, make sure the body is feel fresh and relaxed before you sit, especially if you plan to sit in a longer session. So pay attention to your physical health, then you can make progress in your meditation. Okay, eat good food, have enough rest and exercise. Everyone seems to know that, right? I don't have to tell you, but I am reminding you that even though you know, do you put everything you know into practice? If you put into practice, your meditation should make progress as you wish. Okay, so faith is number one, maintain good health is number two. And when you eat too much and then you come and meditate, that session is quite challenging. You may fall asleep. So here in my monastery, now many monks start to shift toward vegans, shift toward having less and less meat, and we experiment that together. We realize that it gives the lightness to the body. We feel very light after having meal, and not only we feel light, we feel more energetic to go back and meditate. We don't have to spend time taking a walk and try to digest the food in the stomach. We can go back to the meditation room and continue sitting right away. And that's how I think eating affects meditation practice a lot. So you need to know what to eat, you need to know how much to eat, and you need to know when to eat. And when you apply all of this, eating, sleeping, exercise, then you are on your way to be success in your meditation. It's very important. And the third one is about observing precept. We talked about that 2 weeks ago. You may be sitting for quite some time, 3 months, 6 months. You may feel comfortable with your own practice. You know how to control the mind, whether you use the breathing technique or visualization or using the mantra. But from time to time, you may realize that how come I don't make progress and my mind keep on worry about something all the time and you don't know why. So this one, the Buddha point to something called the precept, or to be an ethical person. If you still keep on breaking precept, those things will come back to you when you close your eyes. You will feel guilty of your own action. Harming someone, stealing something from someone, have sexual misconduct, or have an affair outside your relationship, or telling a lie, or intoxicate yourself. So these 5 things crowded the mind, and it gives the mind worry when you close your eyes. The bad action will come with the negative consequence. It gives us worry every time we meditate. All of a sudden we think of, we say something bad to someone, we think of our own wrongdoing that we did to others, and then the mind cannot stay still. The mind usually go after whatever it's get agitated with, whether positive or negative. So I think it's a good thing to reflect on your own action. Whatever action we do, good or bad, we have to receive those consequences, whether good consequence or bad consequence. When you do good, you think of your good action, you feel peace and joy right away at the beginning of your meditation session. So sometimes before we meditate, it's a good chance to develop loving kindness and share loving kindness to ourselves and to people around the world and give the mind comfort. Or you can think of the good thing that you have done today or last week, whatever bring your joy, whatever make you smile, you can think of those actions. But if you keep on breaking precept, it's gonna be difficult for you to think of the good thing, right? Because usually the mind tend to think of the negative thing first. It's not all of a sudden the good thing come to our mind, because when we do something bad, those tend to have a strong power and it's drag the mind toward that direction. And that is why when you close your eye, the mind cannot stay still. Okay, so I think it's worth considering about observing precept. Just keep it simple. And number 4 is about sense control. Again, this also we're getting more and more challenge in our meditation practice, right? Develop faith, okay, it's not difficult to do. Maintain good health, okay, it's understandable. Observe precept, okay, now it's quite challenging. Try to keep the precept clean, try not to harm someone, try to not to steal something from someone. It's a little bit more challenge. And number 4, sense control. It's even more challenge for all of us to control our sense, control the eyes, control the ear, control the nose, control the tongue, control the physical touch, control the feeling that happen when we see something, when we hear something, when we smell something, when we taste something, or when we touch something. So guard the sense door well. those who guard the sense door well usually can find peace of mind easily. But if for those who don't guard your sense door well, usually the mind will get trapped into the realm of either greed, hatred, or delusion. The mind will go after whatever it feels like, whatever it desires, and usually go after something negative. Okay, so be mindful and guard your sense door. This is very important. When we see something, if we can develop the feeling like seeing is just seeing, hearing is just hearing, it's come and go, it's rise and fall. When someone says something bad, you hear the sound of that person go to your ear and it go to your mind, and then the mind get agitated. So if you are mindful enough, when you hear, you just hearing, you stop right there. You not allow those feelings, negative feeling, to arise and then return backward to that person, whoever says something bad to you. So guard the sense door come with the 5 techniques, which is mindfulness and awareness that we should practice. These go together. How can we guard the sense door if we don't mindful, right? So we need to be mindful, and mindfulness comes with awareness. When we mindful of what we see, when we mindful of what we hear, it gives us some time to think of what to do, to reflect on what's happening. Oh, why did he say something bad to me? Instead of right away say something bad to him, you give yourself some time. You pause that moment to reflect on what happened. You are mindful. Okay, now that person says something bad to me, and then you aware of what's happening. Oh, maybe he misunderstanding. Maybe something is wrong. So let's remain calm for a moment, and then later on, let's find out what went wrong. So if you are mindful, then you have an option, either to return something bad to him or return something good toward him. If you can remain calm, then it gives a chance for your wisdom, to use wisdom to deal with that situation. So most likely you would do something wholesome instead of something unwholesome if you are mindful enough. Okay, so these are at least the 5 characteristics of the good meditator that I like you to reflect on it. Do you have faith in your technique? Do you have faith toward your teacher? How about your health? And in the next 30 minutes, we are going to sit. What is your health condition at the moment? Is there anything bothering you? Having pain here and there? Or you have fever? Or you're not feeling well? These things affect your meditation. And number 3 is, observe precept. This everyone should pay attention, to make sure that you don't harm anybody, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no telling a lie, those kind of things. It gives the mind worry when we meditate. And number 4 is about do your best to guard your sense door the moment you wake up. Okay, watch out what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you touch. And the last one is about develop mindfulness during the day. Meditation maybe 30 minutes at the end of the day, or after you wake up. But during the day, you live life with others. You meet with people, you talk to people, you make a lot of decisions, and you engage with a lot of activity, sometimes positive, sometimes negative. And if you're not mindful enough, when you come back home, it will be difficult for you to still your mind during that meditation that you plan to sit by yourself at the end of the day. So reflect on these 5 things and put everything you learn into practice. Okay? Alright, so I think it's about time. Please give me a few minutes to share with you something, because I like to announce that this month of July of every year, for the next 3 or 4 months, the monks in Thailand, we are entering something called the rain retreat. It's according to our rules and Vinaya, the monastic code that the monk has been followed for 2,500 years. We will not allow to travel for the next 90 days according to the rainy season. So the monk need to enter the monastery. The monk can choose, I can choose to stay any temple in Thailand, but I have to stay for 90 days, for 3 months. I'm not allowed to travel unless I have to, unless something emergency, or unless there is a good reason for the monk to travel. Other than that, the monk is supposed to stay at one place for 90 days for 2 main reasons. First, the monk needs to get back to his own Dhamma learning, get back to the teaching of the Buddha, reflect on why he ordained, what went wrong last retreat, and what are you going to do to be a better monk, for the future. So the monk have a chance to stop and reflect on his own practice. And the second one, the monk would dedicate his time for meditation practice. The monk will have a chance to sit longer. We will spend 4 sessions a day, have a longer meditation session. So we get up early in the morning, we do walking meditation, and then we go arms round, we come back, have breakfast, and then we sit for another 2 hours before lunch, and then we have lunch. Some monks eat 1 meal a day, and then come back for afternoon session from 2 to 4 and do exercise in the evening, and then sit again from 6:30 to 9:30. And some monks even go further than that. They do an extra meditation. They do walking meditation 1 or 2 hours before they go to bed. And that's what the monks supposed to be doing during the rainy seasons. And both monks and the lay people, usually they take this time to set some goal to develop themselves according to the rainy season tradition. For example, a friend of mine, he decided to, you know what, this 90 days I'm going to stop drinking alcohol. I'm going to stop drinking alcohol for 90 days, but I start drinking again after the end of the rainy season. It's okay. Whatever bring value to your life, maybe read a book 1 page a day, maybe meditate 30 minutes a day, every day for 90 days. Can be anything at all that bring value to your life, that help you to live life happier. So we take this time to tag along this tradition. So maybe something you can set your own goal for the next 90 days to do something for yourself worthwhile. Regain your physical strength, regain your mental strength, whatever it is. I think it's a good activity. What I'm going to share with you is the place where I will be staying for the next 90 days. Okay, let's take a look together. And that is the I Monastery, the place that purposely built for the spiritual seeker around the world who looking for ordination and want to learn the simplicity of the monk's life and looking for meditation together. I will be staying there for the next 90 days, start from next 2 weeks with my monk's brother. And this place is at the moment is still under the development. So we're looking forward to finish everything by the end of next year. But that would be, I would like to call home, not only home for myself, but home for everyone in the world who looking for peace of mind, who looking for simple life. At this phase, we only have the training for the monks, but in the future, we hope to open up the space for the lay people as well, for male, female people as well, who looking for space to meditate in the forest like this. Okay, so that's something I want to share with you. And another thing is important. I discussed with my team, according to the rainy season that coming up, that myself and my friends, all the monks brother, we need to focus on our meditation and deepening our meditation. Even though we meditate every day, but rainy season is a good chance because number one, we don't have to travel because of the rain, and number two, the weather is so nice and so wonderful, and number three, we have 90 days to stay at one place, to stay still. So we will take this opportunity to deepening our meditation, to get back to meditation mode. So we do less work and we meditate more. So that is why I like to change our teaching and our schedule. Okay, instead of 2 weeks, 2 times a week, Saturday and Sunday, start from the Saturday of 16, which is the next 2 weeks, not this week and not next week. The next 2 weeks, the 16th of this month, the July. So we will coming down to only one session, which is Saturday evening like this, Saturday 7 to 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. Every Saturday, I will keep my promise to be with you guys for the rest of the year, but allowing me to coming down to one session every Saturday, 7 to 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. So it's about 1 hour and 15 minutes. We will spend the first 25 minutes. I will share with you something that help you to meditate better, that help you to live life happier. And then we have another 30 minutes to 40 minutes to meditate together. I think that's suitable. Okay, if you are new and you feel like you can sit only 30 minutes, it's okay. You can stop when you feel like you have to do something. But if you have time, you can stay for the rest of the session, which is, it will give you enough time to meditate with me at least 40 minutes. I think that work, at least it worked for the next 90 days for me. I don't want to keep changing the schedule. So please allow me to go back to do what I'm supposed to do as a monk, because this is the life that I am signing up for, to deepening my meditation and to share this wisdom for people out there, whoever need this wisdom to help them to live life happier. But again, it's not this week, it's not next week. It start of the Saturday 16th of July onward, because I will be entering my rain retreat on the 14th. That's the starting point of the rain retreat of this year, for the 14th of July, and continue for 90 days. Okay, give yourself some time to reflect on what you plan to do. I think it's a good chance, okay, for us to start doing something seriously to better ourselves. So give yourself 90-day challenges. Start from July 16 together with me. Maybe meditate every day 30 minutes, or every day for 15 minutes for 90 days, and to see what happens at the end of 90 days. Okay, so I will keep reminding you about this schedule change. Okay, start from 16th of July, we will only have Saturday session. There will be no Sunday session. Okay, and again, don't worry, I will be with you here for the rest of the year. I will not disappear. And another thing is, over there, the internet connection is not stable like this place. So I'm gonna have to figure it out, or make sure that I can get back online and see everyone on this Zoom meeting every Saturday, start from July 16. Okay, so with that, everyone should be ready for this session. Okay, I will come up with something to help everyone to meditate better, okay, for the 90-day challenges. Okay, all right, I think it's time for us to get back to the cushion and meditate together. welcome everyone back to the session again. It was almost 40 minutes meditating together. So hope everyone finds some inner peace inside yourself and know how to work with your mind. Every time you sit, okay, to me every session is a new session. It's allowing us to explore deeper into our own mind, to know how to deal with thought, know how to deal with sleepiness, know how to deal with worriness. So we learn something every time we sit. There is no such thing called bad meditation session. To me, every session we can learn something from it. And when we learn, we can come back and adjust. What do you do when you have thoughts during meditation? How can you bring your mind back and stay still? What do you do when you feel sleepy during that session? What do you do when your mind cannot stop thinking at all during that session? So you reflect on that experience, and then you adjust next time you sit. Okay? They're always the solution. And every session always to me is a good session because we can learn something about it. The bad session is when you stop meditate. Whenever you stop meditation, and that is bad. Okay? It doesn't do any good to your life. So as long as you continue sitting, it's always good. Okay? So hope you learn something today, and hope it helped you to meditate much better. If you have any question or if you want to share some experience, feel free to type in the chat box, and Teddy can pass it to me, and maybe I can help answer some of the questions that you have. Okay? It's such a beautiful day here. Early morning, it's rain, it's foggy, it's green. It's so wonderful, and I'm so ready for this rainy season to stay still and don't want to do anything, just meditation. Very wonderful for the next 90 days. Okay? All right. Question from Terry. What is the best way to deal with feeling of anger or disappointment? Again, Terry, thank you for the question. Okay, whether feeling anger, feeling lust, feeling agitated, feeling is a feeling. In the eyes of Buddhists, when we practice meditation, the Buddha suggests us to look at feeling as a feeling, as an object of observation. We don't become that feeling. When we get angry, we don't become an angry person. Angry is over there and you is over here. Disappointment is over there, feeling sad is over there. It's just a feeling. The good news is it's come and goes. Okay, it's come and goes. So when this thing happen, when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling angry, the thing that I usually do, and it works right away, it's just get your body moving, do something. Don't stay there. Don't just sit there and thinking. Take a walk, drink a cup of tea, talk to someone, eat something. Because when your body moves, your emotion change. Okay, go do something. Put the sneaker on and go jogging, and then those feelings goes away. And during meditation, when we feel agitated, when we feel sad, we feel anger, this is a good chance for us to look at that feeling, to observe that feeling during the meditation. Look at them the way they are. Don't analyze, don't criticize, just look at them. Angry, where it's come from. Still angry? How much you angry? As the more you look at them, the longer you look at them, the less power it can control you. You not them, they not you. Feeling is over there and you is over here. And eventually you can let go of those feelings. They will not stay with you for long if you look at them. Okay? And from Nathan, I appreciate the advice you provide to be a better meditator, including observing the precepts. Since killing animal cause suffering, does observing precept, the first precept, mean we should be vegetarian? Thank you, Nathan. You always give good questions to the group so we can learn from each other. Okay. Talking about the first precept is about not harming oneself and not harming others. Okay, but usually people misunderstanding about the idea of precept. Idea of precept is not the rule that forbidden us from doing something. I don't want you to think of precept as the law, because the law governs all of us, right? If you break the law, we get punishment. But precept is not that idea. The idea of precept is about maintain our purity, physical and verbal. Make sure this is pure. You're verbally pure, your physical action is pure. And it's about not harming oneself and not harming others. So if we understand this, we can put the precept concept into practice. We cannot stop people from killing animals. So is this impossible for the whole world to turn into vegan or stop eating meat? It's not gonna happen, right? So killing is one thing. We make sure that we don't get involved. but eating is another thing. So we have an option to choose what to eat. As the Buddhist monk, we have no right to demand for food. Whatever people offer on the table, they have the right to offer. Our job is to accept them, to receive them, okay? But we have the option to choose what to eat. We can choose to eat more vegetable over meat, or we can choose not to eat meat at all. Whatever on the table, then we have an option to choose what to eat. Okay, so we want to make sure that we maintain faith for the people who offer food to support us. At the same time, we want to make sure that whatever we eat, not only we gain energy, but it should help us to live long and have less disease, less illness, right? So, yes, and the first precept, it doesn't mean that you should be vegans, okay? And nothing to do with vegans. It's about, this is subjective. It's about our own choice to choose what to eat and to choose how to follow the precept, okay? And for Becky, how do you walking meditation? Okay, I actually teach walking meditation to my monk's brother. I have a class here as well. Basically, to keep it short, you can put into practice. When you walk, you're just aware of your body movement. When you walk, you move your left leg, you know you move your left leg. When you move your right leg, you know you move your right leg. You know how far, you know how fast, you know how slow. So basically, you stay with your physical movement, okay? But in the reality, you cannot do this when you across the street, right? Your life gonna be in danger if you start walking slowly left and right during across the street. It doesn't work that way. So you can walk normally. Okay, and as you walk, you're just aware of your physical movement. You know where your mind is, you know what your body is doing, and that is about walking meditation. You walk on your own pace, okay? You know that, okay, I'm walking toward that direction, and my body is moving, okay, in general. But in detail, when you actually do walking meditation, okay, we do step at a time. There are 6 steps in walking meditation, which I may not be able to share with you in this session. But start from something simple. Okay, you know when you move your left leg, you know when you move your right leg, you know when to stop, you know when to come back. So just keep on working on this. It helps us to develop better concentration. Okay, and from Melanie, sometimes I experience panic or anxiety in the night or morning, but I do force myself to meditate and read some books about spirituality, and path is gone. Okay, that's good. You found your own path. So continue what worked for you. When we encounter something, everything that you guys just mentioned, anxiety, anger, panic, worry, these things, the technical term in Buddhist text is called dukkha. We experience something that unpleasant, something that unsatisfactoriness. We don't like it, and now it's happened, and that's why it causes us panic. It causes us anxiety. Our job is to sit down and look at it thoroughly. What caused it and how to deal with it. Okay, if reading book help, then read book. If meditation help, then go to meditate. And sometimes you cannot just go back and meditate right away, because the mind cannot just all of a sudden let go that angriness, let go that worriness, right? So we may have to do something first. Like I said, exercise, take shower, have a cup of hot tea, and then come back to meditate. Okay? So whatever works for you to deal with that suffering, to deal with that unpleasant experience, so please do so. Okay? Okay, so no more questions. Hope everyone learned something today and have found some inner peace inside your mind. Okay, so anyway, I'll see everyone again tomorrow. We meet here 7 to 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to stop by on your own pace. And if you cannot join tomorrow, again, see you again next Saturday, same time, 7 to 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. So next week we still have Saturday and Sunday session. Okay, so I will prepare something and share with everyone information and wisdom of how to meditate better and how to live life happier. Okay, so please have a nice day wherever you are. Stay safe, stay relaxed, and no matter what happens in life, please do not stop meditating. Okay, see everyone tomorrow.